Welcome to the Movie Lighthouse. My name's James. I'm very pleased to say I'm joined here today by Derek Hammer from the Good Take Studio. Hello, Derek.
How you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
I'm great.
And
I like the password to the Zoom, by the way. Woman. Perfect.
Thank you very much. I aim to please. Are you in LA?
I was in LA last month. I just moved up to San Francisco.
Oh, how exciting! I went to San Francisco about 5 years ago, but it was on a tour of America, and I'd run out of money by the time I got to San Francisco, so I mainly stayed in the hotel room. So, right at the end of the trip. Yeah.
Well, did you see anything you liked there?
Well, I really wanted to go to Alcatraz, but I didn't realise you had to book way in advance. So I looked at it from across the bay.
That happens to like 90% of the people here, and it happened to me too.
Oh, well, there you go. So, yeah, thanks for joining me today.
Sure, totally.
First off, I should say congratulations. The winner of the 2019 LA Horror and Crime Film Festival. Best horror screenplay, is that right?
That is, yeah. It was pretty much the only one that I submitted to, the only film festival, that I submitted to. And I guess the fact that it won gave me some confidence in it, and it was a lot easier to like pitch to actors and to anybody that wants to get on board.
Yeah. So you're in the process of making this film, which is called The Woman in the Chair. Yeah?
Yes, without the.
Oh, sorry, Woman in the Chair. And I suppose it's kind of a sign of our postmodern times, but you've made the trailer.
I've made the trailer, and it's totally shot. We basically shot it. We shot all the indoor scenes last year in December. And then we had the footage to make the trailer. We kind of did that strategically. We also knew the outdoor shooting was going to be a lot more difficult. So we went ahead and shot the indoor scenes, made the trailer, used that for a little bit of crowdfunding as well. And then we finished up with the outdoor scenes in March. Yeah, March this year.
Wow. So kind of going back a little bit, you're a very brave man. You wrote the screenplay.
Mm-hmm.
You're producing the film.
Right.
That's an awful lot of pressure.
It was. I must have lost some hair doing that. Like some of my team was, they were like, "Where's the producer?" I'm like, "That's me." So come to me, for every problem that you have. And, and I got a lot of, complaints or, something the camera department wants this or that. And it was really stressful. And I wish I did have a producer. I didn't have the budget for it. And the fact is that this movie was going to be sold for the Western audience. So trying to get, for me, I wanted a producer that would be able to know the strategy about marketing as well. I wanted him to be with me from conception to, not conception, but from shooting to the end of, the selling of it and everything. And I couldn't find somebody who was like, when I was in Japan, who was knowledgeable about Western markets. So it just, time drew near and near to the production. I'm just like, okay, I'll just do it myself.
So I've seen the trailer and I was really blown away. And I'm not just saying that. It's it strikes me as a really original kind of idea. Do you want to, just in a nutshell, tell me what it's about?
Okay, it's about a guy who he's a ghost hunter for his own reasons, and he stumbles upon a actual ghost that's in a house and it's sitting there.
How y'all doing? My name's Maurice, and recently I came across something, so I'll just let the video speak for itself. I just saw someone or something in there, sitting in the chair by the table.
Where do we sign up?
Sign up?
To see it. To see her.
I mean, the supernatural is nothing to be messed around with. I mean, I want to respect that. So, I mean, well, you know, if we could do it in a controlled environment, we could make it work.
So you want to tell me what this is about?
Sorry. Top secret.
Yeah, well, what I liked about it was you get some really naturalistic performances going on with your actors. It feels like a breath of fresh air for horror.
Okay.
And, you know, for me, you know, the past 15 years, there's only been, you know, one or two films that have come along that feel like anything bordering on original. It Follows for me. I was a big fan of. I thought that was a really nice concept, and
Oh yeah.
But for this, like I said, it didn't. It was quite hard for me to kind of think, oh, it's like this film or it's like that film.
Right.
And yeah, I really like the naturalistic performances of, like, obviously I only got to glimpse certain bits, but the older couple who were going to look at the ghost. I thought they were great.
Yeah. They're kind of famous in Japan. I'm sure they're not really famous outside of Japan for being in a lot of like TV shows and stuff. Yeah, they did a really good job. Richard, I can't remember last names, but the man was Richard. The woman was Celine. I hope that's correct. Pretty sure it's Celine. Yeah.
I'm sure they'll forgive you when the film comes out.
She has a crying scene that's really good. Just the way that she's crying is really good.
So when you were writing it, did you have like any budgetary restraints in mind, or did you just let your imagination go for it?
Let's see. Actually, the moment I showed it to my production manager, he said, why don't we just shoot it all in one house and save the money? I'm like, yeah, but then it gets boring. And I really wanted to have the variety of the outdoor and the indoor. But yeah, when I wrote it originally, I had no idea how much I would be, getting for the budget. I did keep in mind, okay, let's keep a few locations, not that many main actors, and try to, I did think, kind of economically about how to write it cheap, to shoot it cheap. Yeah. And then
you decided to throw that all away and write a whole scene set underwater. Is that right?
Well, no, there is a scene where the actors go underwater, and I still need to shoot a makeup scene. There's just one shot that I need to get just to add to everything. It's really important that I'm going to use extras for, because all the actors are still in Japan, most of them, which is just a shot of the actors underwater, basically, which can be done in like a pool or something, practical.
Wow. Brilliant. So explain to me. So you won the award in LA, and you shot it in Japan. Yeah. Okay. How come?
I was in Japan. That was one thing. I actually wrote. There's actually a version of the script that I had prepared to shoot in Canada, because I was thinking about doing it there for tax reasons and such. And then I just was talking to somebody, and she said, why don't you just embrace the fact that you're in Japan and just bring in Japanese elements and kind of justify that you're in the movie, in the story. And then there were a few things that really came together. First was I found a location where all the trees were knocked down in this big forest. Like, it's just full of these huge trees that are knocked down, which is really unnatural. You don't really see that in a lot of Western movies. And it was like that because the trees were planted, which is kind of weird, right? Yeah. It's like a fake forest that the typhoon came and blowed it down. And that really worked out for the movie. Like, I actually wrote it into the story a little more, and it really added to the atmosphere, and that was really great. And then I kind of thought that, as from a marketing standpoint, that we have the Olympics coming up next year, and I thought if this movie is released around that time, maybe that'll be a time where people are like kind of into Japan, and Japan's kind of hot, and maybe if this comes out, it'll be like for the Western audience, and it might help. I thought. Yeah,
I mean, look, just talking to you now, you have to have so many heads on. You're not just a script writer. You're pulling all these things together. How do you keep yourself in check? Because I know what I'm like when I'm running a project. If I'm left to my own devices, I go crazy.
Yeah. So when you say keep yourself in check, you kind of mean like keep yourself from going crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even begin to imagine how much pressure you put yourself under over the past couple of years.
Right. Yeah, I mean, definitely during production, I would say my production assistant, my producer assistant, she helped me a lot. She kind of knew how much pressure I was under, so she kept it. She kept things, whenever she had something to tell me, she kept in mind that I was doing all this crap. So I'd say my team really helped me out. They knew what was going on pretty much. And there was so much pressure. I had to be positive. Like I had to just focus on what needed to be focused on, even if it meant like somebody reminding me 5 times to order the whatever for the next day, It was really like I had to do meditation. I had to be positive.
And just not sleep, I imagine, for about a year.
Well, I mean, the writing process and everything, that wasn't bad. But when the production started, I was definitely losing sleep.
And how do you feel now you're coming to the end of this part of the process?
I'm totally relaxed now. Just comparing it to when I was shooting, it's like, it's just editing now. And there's no, I mean, if I miss that deadline with, the Olympics or whatever, it's going to be fine. It'll come out eventually. Are you editing it as well? I am. I don't really like to tell people, yeah, I'm doing everything. Cause then people think, he's probably like, what are the chances that the editing is going to be good and the music and everything? But I am indeed doing that. That's what I've been doing every time I've made a film, pretty much. Yeah, and just for the record, you're a skilled musician. I was doing a little bit of internet trawling the other day, and I think you were talking about you've just written a song or something. So you've got, in fact, a few varied talents. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been doing. I started with piano. What did you listen to, by the way? I didn't listen to it. I just saw your post. I don't think you put the song on there, but you said you just written a song. And as a very amateur writer myself, I was very impressed. Okay. What do? You do what instrument? Or... I have a very bad piano. I write. I'm trying to write a musical at the moment, but it's a very slow process. Nice. And I'm, sure in very different leagues. No. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I practice piano. I used to play piano, and I found that piano as an instrument, when you learn piano, it's pretty much, I don't know if it's a master, but I would say it's like one of the best instruments. Totally agree. Right. How did you make it all come about? It was really like by chance. I met a guy. I was shooting stuff for him, just because I also do videography on the side. For money. You got to do something for money. I met a guy. He said, "You know what? I'll sponsor this movie." I was like, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah, I'll put this much down." I'm like, "Wow!" And then like, "Okay, I'm gonna put this much down, and we'll bring it together, and we'll make this budget." And then it's long story short. In Japan, it's really strict with the banking system. We couldn't get an account open in time, and it was so stressful. This is like the biggest stressful thing during the movie. I was trying to get this freaking account open that we can put the investors' money in. At the same time, I had these actors that were really hard to find in Japan because it's easy to find models there that are foreigners, but it's hard to find like real actors. And I found this great cast, and then they were like, "Okay, when's he going to shoot the movie?" And I kept postponing it. And I don't want to say who, but one of them was like pretty much ready to leave the project unless I actually set the date. And I still didn't have the money. So I was like, okay, I'll just start shooting with my own money. I had the money in the pot. I also was doing some crowdfunding. There was this guy, his name is Doug Roos. He's done some horror films in Japan, and he's done crowdfunding. So he gave me some advice how to do that. I managed to scrape some money from that. And I started shooting through December. And then after that, still we couldn't get this account open, and the bank rejected my account. And then we tried to do another account with another bank, and it's not an easy process. It takes like a month for them to review our documents. It was crazy. Long story short, again, by the end of the shoot, I had to borrow money from some friends to pay a little bit more to people. And then the investor ended up not being able to pay because of COVID.
Oh my gosh. So are you happy?
Overall, yes. And I'm very proud of myself. There was a few scenes that, because of the schedule, because of the time, because of the budget, they didn't turn out quite like I wanted them to. I'm actually doing a lot in post to make the set look better. There's, some tricks you can do, make some more details. And so basically as a result, there's going to be more post-production work. Like for example, the underwater scene, we were supposed to shoot it, like the underwater shot, but it was too cold. We couldn't wait. So it was like, what can we do? We got to wait until I find another way, basically.
Absolutely. And, I've done a bit of editing myself, and I know what it's like when you're editing your own stuff. You're a very harsh critic, but honestly, looking at the trailer, I was blown away. I can't wait to see it.
Great, thank you.
So when is it in the can?
That's a good question. I am trying to balance editing with work, as you can imagine, as you've probably done yourself.
Yeah.
Today was going to be an editing day. I'm hoping to. Okay, so best case scenario, I get enough motivation and free time to push myself to finish it by this year. That would be the editing, and then there's going to be a period where it's sent to some film festivals, and then hopefully by June or July, it could be. Oh, sorry, you said in the can. So let's just say, okay, editing. So yeah, hopefully December.
We're talking June or July when people can see it.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Are you going to enter any film festivals over our way?
I am. I forget dates of film festivals. There's like Toronto, South by Southwest.
We're not going to blame you for that. You've put it up. Get it done.
Right. Yeah. I have an excuse. Yeah. Definitely. I'm going to try those. Another thing I think is important is I've been looking up about distribution. I've never actually had a film distributed. And I've heard that there's so many bad deals that are out there. There's so many there's just so much bad deals for distribution. And I've been doing a lot of research. I want to get it right. I want to get the money back to the people that are my new investors. Right. And, I'm going to be very careful. Right now I have a marketer that I've hired who's kind of trying to that contacted you actually for this podcast, to get the word out there, and trying to get the word out there, trying to build my own audience as well so that we can sell it on the website. So we have this separate way of getting the money back, basically selling the DVD on the website and then hopefully getting a good distribution deal.
Absolutely. And looking back, I know you're still kind of in it, but what's been the most enjoyable bit about the process, would you say?
Most enjoyable was, first of all, when I got news that my script won, I was like, wow, can't believe it. And then the other one was just working with the actors, the four actors. So the main actor, the main actor is a woman. The supporting actor is a man. He knew the other actors. I was doing a bunch of auditions. He introduced three great actors to be the other roles. Right. And they all got along really well.
Very important.
Right. Really important. They were so funny. It was so fun working with them, and they all were just laughing in between, shots, and just the energy on set. They were really enthusiastic to be there, and that made it for me really a good memory.
It's been really good talking to you today. If people want to get involved now, how do they do that?
I have a very amateur website for the movie. I know this is not what it should be, but it's womaninthechair jimdofree.com. I think that's where it's at. We're trying to update to the, to the official kind of .com website. But I think best is that, or I got the Instagram is Woman in the Chair, or the Facebook page, Woman in the Chair. And I think what you would like to do I encourage people that are interested, just see the trailer and decide if you want to watch it. If you type in YouTube, Woman in the Chair teaser trailer, that should come up. It's about a minute or so. Just check it out and see if you're interested.
Yeah, I'd be amazed if people aren't after that, honestly.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That's good to hear.
You have to do an awful lot in a minute. You have to make people understand the world that you're trying to introduce them to, and also generate a certain amount of mystery and kind of fit the genre. And you did all those things. And it looks good. It's shot beautifully. So you should be really proud of yourself.
Yeah, I had a really good cinematographer, Flavio Guzman. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. So would you be interested in coming back maybe in the summer when all this is done, and you can talk about your next screenplay that you've probably written by then as well? You don't seem you don't seem to be somebody who likes to waste a lot of time.
I mean, yeah, totally. I'd love to come back. I actually have a concept for the second movie, for the sequel, in case I go to some of these film festivals and somebody asked me, they said, you should always be prepared with another script.
Always have a franchise.
But I'm like, okay, I should spend my time editing this one first, but I should have a concept for like another movie and be like, yes, I have a concept for the next movie.
Even if you don't have a concept for the next movie, just say that you do.
Say I do, yeah.
Yeah, that'll drive the internet wild when it hits. All right. Well, thanks for talking to me today, and we'll check back in when it's all complete.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. Really, thank you for making the time.
Take care. Bye.